so in this video, we'll be talking about why it is that we call the NAPLAN test adaptive, and what is basically going on here, so that you have a full understanding of how to navigate the test to get the most possible marks for your current skill level. So basically, in the reading test and the numeracy test, it's made up of 3 sections. So what will first happen is you will all get the same testlet A, which is you'll get the same first section. Once you work through that section, which is basically 13 questions, you'll see this screen here, which is asking you, do you want to move forward or do you want to go back in test and check your answers? If you move forward, what it will do is that it will evaluate how many of these 13 questions you've gotten right. And based on how many you get right, you will get either testlet C, B, or D. So in that situation, what that does is that if you got most of them right, you'll get testlet D, and those will be questions that are slightly more complex, but they're weighted higher. So what that means is getting all of D right will mean you have a higher overall score versus getting all of testlet C right. So what this means for you is that don't just answer the questions in a hurry and just be like, let me move on to the next set of questions and then I'll go back and check them. No, you want to make sure that you check these 13 questions completely and properly, and you want to make sure that you are happy with all of the answers that you have put in. And once you are sure of these answers, then you move on to the next section. So of course, that doesn't mean like spend all of your time on section 1 or spend all of your time on section 2, but that means that you need to manage your time and make sure you are highly or mostly very certain about your questions before you move on to the next section. So moving on to the conventions of language test design, you can see how it goes through here. Now, our tests are designed in this way. So for example, if we look in, I'll show you guys, this is the analytics for a reading test. You can see also like, okay, what are the testlets that you had to do and what part did you follow, so that'll help you understand better which band you're in. So it's possible, for example, that you did testlet A not that well, then you went to testlet C, and then testlet B, and then you went back and you checked all the questions and all your questions are correct. But even then you've ended up in developing or you've ended up in strong just because of the path that you followed. So you want to make sure that you're really going back and checking your answers before you move on to the next section.